Hey Strohara, welcome back to my channel, to the Witchy Reader. So I'm going to talk about my May TBR, and it is middle grade May. So I am going to do um what I'm going to read. I only gonna read two series, but they're both kind of longer series. And I don't know if I'm gonna finish all the books on either series. I may read them both simultaneously. I may try to read all one, and it also depends on how big of a reading mood I'm in and stuff. But so it all just depends. But I'm going to read Harry Potter. I didn't grab all the books. I just grabbed the first one I saw, which was Half-Blood Prince. Um, I own all the books. Most of them are over there. I think I just have to find Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban, which is somewhere in my closet. Um, so yeah, but so I plan to read Harry Potter as much as I can. I want to read at least the first three books because those are the smaller. When Goblet of Fire comes, it becomes a lot chunkier than the previous books, and then after that, they're all pretty chunky. Um, but yeah, and I've been really wanting to reread Harry Potter because as anyone who knows me knows, Harry Potter is like my favorite thing in the entire world, and um and I would love to reread Half-Blood Prince because my favorite ship is Harry and Ginny, for those of you that do not know. And yeah, so uh, I'm excited to read Harry Potter again because I absolutely love it. And I reread it last year, but Harry Potter and Seekers and Monster High Girlfriend, I feel like I read at least once a year, especially Harry Potter and Seekers. Those are my favorite series of all time, and I feel like I reread them often. But how can I not when I'm just so obsessed? Like, I love reading new books, don't get me wrong, but I also love rereading my favorites. And this is definitely a favorite. And it's just so good. And I'm always so excited to delve back into it, into the characters and friendships and relationships. The best relationship in this entire series is Harry and Ron. Obviously, my favorite character is Ron, and I will stand by the fact that Harry and Ron is the main relationship, even more so than the Golden Trio. Like, it's Harry and Ron from the beginning to the end. It is Harry and Ron. But yeah, uh, I absolutely love the series, and I always enjoy rereading it, and the characters and the relationships and the fights and the magic. And I just love this world so much, and it always brings me so much joy, and I'm so excited to get into it. I thought about rereading Seekers this month. I went against it and decided to do it on in a later month, maybe in a few months, reread that one because there's 12 books, which there's more. I mean, they aren't nearly as chunky as the later Harry Potter books. They're kind of pretty much the size of like Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, but still, I decided to wait on that one. But I also decided to reread one I haven't reread in a little while, which I also love and is very underrated, which is The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. This is book 4, right? I think I grabbed book 4. It's the first one I saw. All the books are in my closet for this series, so I'm gonna have to find them. But this one was on top, so I was like, yes, I didn't even have to look for one of these. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look for the others because I didn't see the others. But the Necromancer, I think that's book 4 in the series. Yeah, book 4. I was right. But this one, it's so I always consider it the unofficial book, unofficial Harry Potter spinoff. I mean, yeah, Nicholas Flamel was a real person in all this, but he is mentioned in Harry Potter, and it does I think mention the Philosopher's Stone at one point if I remember correctly, because he has Philosopher's Stone and everything, and I just feel like it's the unofficial Harry Potter spinoff. But but it has nothing to do with Harry Potter except for Nicholas Flamel, which was mentioned in Harry Potter, and the Philosopher's Stone. Like that's all the Harry Potter things talked about, but they're not even in the Wizarding world. So like that's why I consider it the unofficial Harry Potter spinoff because it's not really a spinoff at all. But I don't know. Um, but I just really love it. It's so fast paced. Like we barely slow down. Like as soon as something happens, something else happens, and it's just on and on. Basically, it's about these twins, Josh and Sophie, and they work for um Josh works for Nicholas at his bookshop, and then Sophie works at the coffee shop across the street, where Nicholas's wife goes to a lot. I think she's friends with. I think she was friends with the owner, and stuff. So, um, but they go. You find it. So Sophie and Josh. I'm trying to explain this without spoiling it. Sophie and Josh are basically a twin of gold and a twin of silver. That's their auras. Josh's is gold. Sophie's is silver, and because of that, they are special and they have these powers that have not yet been unlocked. You have to do this whole ritual to unlock your powers and stuff, and then you have to um, try to unlock each of the elements so that you can control them. But even after you unlock them, you still have to practice and try to control them and figure them out. Um, Sophie gets unlocked, but then they get attacked, so Josh's powers couldn't get unlocked. So they finally get Josh's powers unlocked, but then by then Sophie has already like done two elements, and they don't get to slow down because they are on the run from an enemy of Nicholas's who once like they were trying Nicholas is protector of the Codex, I think it was called, and then this guy wants to get it, but he did get it, but then you find out that Josh had torn out the last page when trying to get it from him, and because of that, what he needs is on the last page. So he's constantly following the twins and Nicholas and his wife Parnell. Well, technically not Parnell because she gets kidnapped pretty early on, but he follows Nicholas and twins. Um, Around the world. Like literally, they go all around the world. They're like in 1 minute they're in America, the next minute they're in Paris, and then they're in London. I think at one point I might be making that part up. I don't know if they go to London, but I know they go to Paris, and I think they go somewhere else. They even go to Alcatraz for a little bit because Paranel's kidnapped on Alcatraz, and they have to fight demons and the undead that the villain brings up, so that they have to fight them, and they make a huge mess of things. Like they destroy towns during these fights. Like it's this huge thing, and so they are on the run from these people while trying to stop them and keep the last page of the Codex safe, and try to unlock their powers and to learn how to control them. Um, and there's some really good twists in this series that you do not see coming, like finding out Sophie and Josh's true origins, and mm, but I love their relationship as well. Sophie and Josh, they just have this great relationship, um, and they really care about each other and they'll do anything to protect one another. And Sophie like when at the beginning when Josh and Nicholas gets attacked, Sophie realizes that there's an attack over there and she immediately rushes into danger without second thought to protect Josh. And then Josh is also very protective of Sophie throughout because Sophie's a bit more trusting and she trusts these people, but Josh is very on the fence if he even trusts them. Like he starts to wonder if the bad guys are the good guys and the good guys are the bad guys. But Sophie trusts these people and he refuses to leave Sophie, so because of that he's forced to be with these people, but he does not get along with them because he doesn't trust them anymore, and it's just this whole big thing. Like I try to explain it without spoiling big things, but I highly recommend. There's 6 books. The first one is called the Alchemist, because Nicholas is an alchemist. The first book is called The Alchemist, then The Magician, then The Sorceress, then The Warlock. No, sorry. Okay, so it's alchemist, magician, sorceress, then necromancer, then warlock, then enchantress. Um, but yeah. Oh, I was right. London. Okay, they do go to London. They start out in San Francisco. I know they go to Paris at a time. They go to London at a time. And yeah. So, but anyways, I just absolutely love this series. So fast paced, so much magic, so much like because you're following Sophie and Josh for the most part. I mean, every so often you'll follow like Paranel to see what's going on with her. You'll follow the villains sometimes as well to see what they're doing. Like there's multiple POVs to be honest, but Sophie and Josh are the main characters. But sometimes it goes from Scathach, who's actually my favorite character. You follow the villain sometimes, which is very interesting POVs. Then you follow Paranel sometimes, Nicholas sometimes. Um, So yeah, but when you're following Sophie and Josh, it's like, or mostly Josh. I feel like Sophie does start to question things at one point, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I reread this, but uh, but Josh does have you questioning, mostly because the main villain, is very, very persuasive, and he actually gets under Josh's skin. It makes Josh wonder if who the bad guys and good guys are. It makes the audience wonder, wait a minute, are we with the bad guys or are we with the good guys? Like it even has the audience guessing, like, do we even know these characters? Are they actually as good as they claim to be? Or are the bad characters that we are hating on is actually the good people that are trying to stop the bad guys? And, and it's just so good how it does that. Like this series is top tier and I'm so sad that I don't talk about it that much. I want to talk about this series more and start recommending it more because it is amazing and it's just so good. And the characters, the relationships, the magic, the fast pace, the action, the twists, the turns, and it's just everything about this series. Like I cannot believe I do not talk about it more. Like I love this series so much and it's so good and I definitely am so excited to reread it now that I'm talking about it. I kind of want to reread it now, but at the same time, it's late and I need to go to bed. But it's just so good. Yep, I'm tired. But if you have not yet read The Secrets of the Nicholas, let me try that again. The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel, I highly recommend because it's so good. These are the books down here. Alchemist, magician, sorceress. Then this is book 4, necromancer. Then um, the warlock, and then the enchantress. Um, but yeah, definitely, definitely check this out. Not even you don't even, like I said, I like I joke around saying it's the unofficial Harry Potter spin-off, but it's really not. So like you don't even have to be a fan of Harry Potter to um read this because Nicholas Flamel was a real person and all that. So yeah, but I absolutely love this series. I'm so excited to reread it. But yeah, so those are the books I plan to read this month. I'm gonna read as many as I can. We'll see. I don't think I can read both the entirety of both series, but who knows? We shall see. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment what you plan to read this month in May. If you're doing middle grade May, if you're reading middle grade at all, I would love to know, and I'll chat with you guys below in the comments. Until next time.